Welcome to a positive mental health strategy or practice that we know as meditation. Now, there may be loads of reasons why you've turned or looking towards meditation. I would say it's a wonderful practice for pretty much everyone, apart from those that are currently managing or being diagnosed with things like acute anxiety disorder or chronic depression or acute depression episodes. This is not the time to pick up a new app on meditation. Go and seek a reputable teacher. But aside from that, should we do a little test to see if you can meditate? Yeah? Now, I just want to know if you can hear this bell. And I'm assuming you can notice that you're sitting. And you're also breathing, right? Well, you have everything you need to do to start. You have all the elements. Now, when we start, we can have a range of different reactions. You know, we can be given guidance and we can feel calmer. Although for most, it's very normal to feel a little overwhelmed by the busyness of our mind. We're so used to distraction in whatever form it comes in. And when someone asks you to begin to concentrate on your breath or concentrate on the sound or concentrate on sensations in the body, we don't really know what we're doing. We just figure it's with this steely determination not to let the breath or the sound out of our sight. And then we feel like we've failed when all we did was think about our relationships or family or work or even just complete fantasies. And concentration plays such a pivotal role in our practice, although we never really learn what or how or why we need to concentrate. And concentration plays a really important role in meditation. But why do you think that is? What's that? Absolutely. Through the mind, or through mind training, we learn to begin to guide our focus, or maybe we could call it awareness, intentionally or consciously. Like I said, it's not that we have this steely focus on something. Concentration is not tight in any way. It's more of being aware of what we're concentrating on and making some choices, or at least this is where we start. So how about we do a little practice I call 6 breaths, which is a practice in concentration. Okay, so for this practice, you don't need anything in particular. You don't need to get into any sort of posture or any sort of, nothing needs to change. You just need to listen. That's it. Just listen for the time being. And then we're going to bring this awareness or this concentration into this practice. Now, it's called 6 breaths, not because it's 6 breaths long. It's because what we do is an in-breath, an out-breath, is counted as 1. And what we do is we try and do 6 of those in a row. 6. Okay, so we go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We don't go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, we go 6 and then start again. 6 and then start again. And that's an in and an out breath is 1. And we do 6 of those. And we count 6 of them over and over and over again. We go round and round and round and round and round as often as we can. Easy? Well, there's one catch. And that is, if at any point during the counting you're sort of 1, 2, gosh, so hungry. I wish I had some lunch. What was my brother doing? What was my sister doing? What did work need me to do? Listen to that bird over there. What type of bird is that? Any distraction, even if you just forget to count. If you're just going 1 and then nothing, you have to come back to 1. So we're just trying to concentrate on our breath and count them. Seems simple, right? And that's all I'm asking you to do. Now, I'm not going to count aloud. I'm assuming you're going to be able to count to 6 all on your own. I will come in halfway through and say we're halfway through, and then we'll finish with a little Tibetan bell. For no other reason other than it sounds cool. Okay? So, over to you. The practice, it's only going to be about 3 minutes long, nice and short. But concentrate on your breath. That's all. Focus on it. And recognize distraction and bring yourself back to 1 over and over and over again. Okay? Try and get through as many as you can. Try and get to 6 as often as you can. But remember, be honest with yourself. You're here training your mind. So truth and honesty is incredibly important right now. There's no point going 1, 2, oh, what was for lunch? Dan will never know. 3, 4, because you're not learning. You're cheating yourself. All right? So let's start with the bell and finish with the bell. Over to you. Enjoy. Start counting your breaths. Okay, so we're halfway. Apologies if I'm your distraction. Coming back to 1, starting again. Enjoy. Remember, 1 to 6 as often as you can. Good luck. And you're just hearing the bells, opening up your eyes if they're not already. And as you're bringing some attention into the room, maybe even noticing that you're still breathing, maybe you're noticing that you're still sitting, maybe you're noticing that you can still hear my voice. But how did you get on? Now, a lot of people say it was frustrating. Why? Maybe it's because you were comparing yourself to some imaginary monk visualization of you that is thinking that you're already crap at meditation compared to this image of you being already the guru of practice. Or you thought you would be better, even though this may have been your very first time of doing anything like this. Or you feel like it sucks not being in control of your brain. Do you think these beliefs, though, these misconceptions, these frustrations, helped you in concentrating in any way? Probably not, right? And this is why we think concentrating is hard. Now, some may have found that practice quite relaxing and got to 6 regularly, which is awesome. Although both recognizing the frustration and recognizing the calmness is what the mindfulness part of this practice is all about, is the noticing. So a lot of people stop practicing because when they start, they feel like it's too hard because their mind is crazy and they can't control it. Like as if 35 years of letting the dog run free, it is all of a sudden going to be obedient because you want it to. I mean, if you got a puppy, didn't teach it anything, and now at 35, you think it's going to come and sit when you call it, it doesn't. It's repetitive practice that does this. You know, we all know this. I mean, what would you expect? Yeah? In reality, that you should be able to sit down and already achieve Dalai Lama status, or in a week or a month or a year? 35 years of no mind training, then all of a sudden, in 12 months, all these unhelpful habits have just evaporated, and there you are, sat on a mountaintop in the Himalayas. Now I laugh because this is what I first thought when I did this practice, and in particular the sixth breath, I sucked at so bad. So we need to remember to be patient with ourselves. Something that took me a couple of years to really recognize. It's a bumpy road, but something when you look back, it's so worthwhile. The investment is incredible. And it's not about trying to stop your thoughts or any other myth that you may have heard about. You can go long periods where you aren't thinking of anything. You can just sit and watch life as it evolves, although it doesn't happen just because you want it to. Now, meditation is one of the most incredible practices we can do. And it's not just for us, but it's for everyone that we're around, and even those that don't know you maybe. Through meditation, we cultivate love and kindness, compassion and connection. When we rest into that complete stillness, there is unbounded love there. It is beyond practices, it's beyond traditions, it's beyond religions, it's beyond beliefs. And it's not our habits, it's not our inner voice, it's not the comparisons. It is without judgment. It can happen absolutely anywhere, anytime. It can happen waiting in a queue, it can happen at your work, it can be a coffee break, watching the sunset, seeing the smile on your children's faces in the morning. Now, when we see the movement of our life, we see the feelings, the thoughts, the emotions, the change. It is seeing directly into that movement of this life that we have, in this totality of our life, where we no longer see comparison, we no longer see separations. We sit in the movement, we rest without effort, without expectation, without comparison. And when we ease our suffering through meditation, through contemplation, through inquiry, we can recognize the immeasurable, the infinite, the inexhaustible being that is you. And that's what we're coming to learn. We're not coming to learn about this practice to try and get better at meditating. We're recognizing that there is something that I need to change. My mind, I don't feel like I'm in control of. And I've heard this meditation thing will help with that. Absolutely it will. But the key is not to put so much pressure on your practice, to expect to fail and fail regularly. In fact, failure is one of the most important things of this practice. So I'm going to also be doing a short video on concentration in itself and really bringing to life a little bit more about this idea of concentration, how we keep pulling away from it when really what we're trying to do is actually push a little bit towards it. Also, if you want a link to this 6 breaths meditation, I'm going to be including a link down in the comments section into the bio bit underneath, which go and enjoy, practice it. You'll build up quite quickly. You know, you'll see in 2-3 weeks' time, if you're doing this every single day, you'll recognize how quickly this concentration of yours can shift, and you're feeling like you're getting a little bit of that control back. Now, ultimately, if you're not already, please take the time to subscribe to the page, like it, share it if you've enjoyed it. I'd love to hear your comments as well. Please, I'd love to. Have an amazing rest of your day, and I look forward to seeing you on the next video. Thanks so much for your time.